Pakistan winning the Champions Trophy, it's a pretty easy pick for me. Not just because I was there. It was an extremely memorable moment for everyone involved. I mean, it doesn't matter whether you're an Indian fan or a Pakistan fan, but just to be there in the midst of the oval crowd where there were so many Indians and Pakistanis celebrating the event, like it was just a great day to be there. And just that Pakistan made it, all the way from number 8 to number 1, and the way they finished beating India, which they don't do pretty often. And that was just a great moment for me, and personally as well, to be there amid the Pakistan crowd, listening to them chanting Dil Dil Pakistan, and just dancing and having fun with the Indian crowd and all that. It was an absolutely great moment to be a part of.
So my moment of the year for 2017 is Ben Stokes in a suspension, which resulted in him being dropped from the Ashes squad, and then subsequently England losing the Ashes. We don't know whether they would have actually won the Ashes with him in the squad, but he would have definitely made a difference, and I think that also set a precedent for any other incidents that might happen in the future.
Bangladesh's test victory against Australia was probably a very big moment this year, especially because Australia were playing Bangladesh in a test after 2006 for the first time, and there was obviously a lot of media and news, and everyone was talking about it, but no one really probably thought that Bangladesh would win the first test and take a 1-0 lead. In the end, obviously it was 1-1, but at the same time, that moment when Bangladesh got that test victory was great for the fans and for the cricket fraternity on the whole, because in the previous 16 years of existence, they could only beat Zimbabwe and West Indies, where in the last 1 year or so, they have taken down England, Sri Lanka, and now Australia. So that was definitely a great moment this year.
Anil Kumble's sacking as India's coach was one of the low points, according to me, in Indian cricket. It not only showed how big a player Virat Kohli is and his influence on the Indian side, but also it showed that players are always bigger than the coach.
My most memorable moment for this year has to be Harmanpreet's knock against Australia in the Women's World Cup semi-final. I was fortunate enough to be at the ground during that knock and to see that sort of switch click in her, and that example of complete clean hitting was incredible. Given the stage, it was probably the greatest ODI innings in a really long time. It probably changed women's cricket.
For me, the new rule of giving away 5 runs as a penalty for fake fielding was one of the biggest talking points of 2017. It's like punishing a player for pulling off a street smart act, and sooner or later I think ICC are going to reconsider it.
One of the moments of 2017 was Mythili Raj becoming the first woman batter to cross 6,000 ODI runs. It's a pioneering moment. The rate at which the game is evolving, many others will cross her very fast, but she will always be remembered as the first one to cross that milestone, and it's a big thing for women's cricket in general.
Ireland and Afghanistan being awarded test status was quite a big moment for cricket, I guess. It was quite a historic landmark. There have been only 10 teams since when Bangladesh was admitted, and suddenly it was a 20% growth in the test arena. That for me was a great moment. I've been following associate cricket, and that was really heartwarming in a way.
The year 2017 started with a bit of a shock when Mahendra Singh Dhoni gave up his limited overs captaincy. That definitely will remain my moment of the year.
My moment will have to be international cricket returning to Pakistan after a long time. For years, the fans there have been deprived of watching their heroes in flesh, and the way they came out in support of both the sides was very heartwarming. It showed how much the people there valued the sport, and it was a very special moment.
Well, the most interesting story in Indian cricket and possibly even world cricket has been the ongoing tussle between the Committee of Administrators and the BCCI. And that's certainly one story I've been following very interestedly throughout the year, and it doesn't seem like it's headed anywhere, because I personally think that the CoA, now just 2 people instead of 4, have really been able to establish themselves as the credible sort of authority you wanted them to be, and it's still quite a mess out there, and a story that's been very interesting and continues to be very interesting.